What if living longer wasn't about radical diets or intense exercise, but about tiny changes you barely notice? Today, we reveal 10 micro habits, each taking less than 5 minutes, that can literally add years to your life. These are backed by science, easy to start, and powerful enough to transform your health after 50. Right pointing backhand index. Stay tuned for habit number 9. It's the one longevity researchers practice themselves. Chapter 1: The Power of Micro Habits. Visual of a close-up of a ticking clock, overlaid with scenes of someone choosing water over soda, standing up to stretch, and journaling briefly before bed. Voiceover? Microhabits are the compound interest of your health. These small, often overlooked choices seem insignificant in the moment, but they stack. Like droplets filling a jar, over weeks, months, and years, they create massive transformation. They don't require willpower marathons, just intention and repetition. And after 50, when every decision affects longevity more than ever, microhabits become your daily insurance policy. Why it matters after 50? Slower cellular repair. Aging reduces your body's ability to bounce back from inflammation, stress, and illness. Increased inflammatory response. Chronic low-grade inflammation becomes more common after 50, making the body more vulnerable to lifestyle triggers. Greater sensitivity to stress. Your cortisol response becomes more exaggerated, impacting sleep, energy, and immune resilience. Long-term impact of small wins. Tiny daily improvements in hydration, movement, nutrition, and stress management lower your risk of chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease, osteoporosis, and dementia. Bar chart. A 2023 study from the Blue Zones Project found that centenarians across Sardinia, Okinawa, and Loma Linda didn't follow extreme diets or rigorous exercise routines, but they had simple, consistent habits embedded into their lifestyle. Microhabits were their foundation. Sun with Face. Chapter 2: 1 minute of morning sunlight, Circadian Reboot. Visual of a senior woman opens the curtains to golden morning light, walks barefoot into the backyard, and tilts her face toward the rising sun. Voiceover? 1 minute. That's all it takes to reset your biological clock. Your circadian rhythm governs everything: your sleep, your hormones, your metabolism, your energy. And morning light is your most powerful reset button. Why it's essential? Synchronizes your internal clock. Natural light in the early hours helps your body understand that it's daytime, kickstarting alertness and setting up better sleep at night. Boosts cortisol responsibly. Healthy morning cortisol levels improve energy and mood, without the crash that comes from caffeine alone. Enhances melatonin timing. A well-timed cortisol surge in the morning makes melatonin production more efficient at night, improving deep sleep cycles. Supports hormone balance. Light cues help regulate thyroid, adrenal, and reproductive hormone rhythms, which shift significantly after 50. Sun with Rays. A study published in JAMA Psychiatry found that morning light exposure between 6 to 10 a.m. improved serotonin levels and reduced symptoms of seasonal depression by up to 20%. Try this: step outside for even 60 seconds within 30 minutes of waking. No sunglasses. No screens. Just real light hitting your eyes, not directly staring at the sun. Even on cloudy days, the light is strong enough to trigger the needed biological response. Droplet. Chapter 3: 1 glass of mineralized water before anything else. Visual: a glass of water swirled with lemon slices, a dash of pink Himalayan salt, and droplets of trace minerals. Voiceover? Your body is 60% water, but after 7 to 8 hours of sleep, it wakes up in a mild state of dehydration. Before coffee, before news, before anything, replenish your cells. What it supports: rehydrates vital organs. Brain, kidneys, and liver all require hydration for efficient function first thing in the morning. Boosts lymphatic drainage. Water activates your lymphatic system, helping flush out metabolic waste. Supports joint lubrication, especially important after 50, as cartilage becomes drier and thinner. Aids digestion and bowel movements. A hydrated digestive system functions more smoothly and reduces bloating and constipation. According to a 2020 Haines study, mild dehydration in older adults is linked to increased all-cause mortality, especially in those over 60. Pro tip: add one of the following to your morning water to enhance cellular hydration. A pinch of unrefined sea salt or Himalayan salt. A squeeze of fresh lemon. A drop or two of trace mineral drops. Avoid guzzling, it's more effective to sip slowly and mindfully as you wake. #Chapter 4, 2 minutes of deep breathing, Autonomic reset. Visual, a calm living room. A man sits cross-legged with eyes closed, hands resting on knees, chest rising and falling in slow rhythm. The overlay shows a nervous system calming down. Voiceover? In a world of noise, your breath is your quiet superpower. With just 2 minutes of conscious breathing, you shift from survival mode to healing mode. What it does: activates the parasympathetic nervous system, slows heart rate and reduces stress hormones. Reduces blood pressure, a natural, drug-free way to manage hypertension. Improves oxygenation, supports mitochondria, energy production, and cognitive clarity. Calms inflammation, lower cortisol and better vagus nerve tone are linked to lower inflammation markers like Illinois-6 and CRP. A 2022 Harvard Health Review found that intentional breathwork practices, especially exhale-focused, significantly reduced markers of chronic inflammation and improved mood and sleep quality in older adults. Try this. Practice the 4-7 rate technique. Inhale through the nose for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 7 seconds. Exhale slowly through the mouth for 8 seconds. Repeat for 2 minutes. Do it before a stressful meeting, after an argument, or just before bed. Over time, it reprograms your stress response. Chapter 5. Add 1 extra vegetable to every meal. Visual, a scrambled egg plate gets upgraded with spinach and cherry tomatoes. A sandwich gets layered with arugula and sliced bell peppers. Voiceover? Forget complicated diets. Instead of cutting, subtracting, or obsessing, just add 1 vibrant, living plant to every plate. It's easy, it's doable, and it changes everything. Longevity impact. Boosts antioxidant intake, helps protect DNA from age-related damage. Increases fiber, promotes healthy gut microbiota, regularity, and detoxification. Crowds out inflammatory foods, you're less likely to overeat bread, sugar, or processed fats if you're fuller from plants. Feeds brain and bones, leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables, and colorful veggies are rich in magnesium, vitamin K, and folate. According to a 2017 BMJ meta-analysis, each additional daily serving of vegetables reduced the risk of premature death by up to 10%. Simple tricks. Keep frozen spinach, peas, or broccoli for easy microwaving. Add pre-washed greens to wraps, pasta, or rice. Roast a tray of mixed vegetables once a week and reheat as needed. Pedestrian #Chapter 6, walk for 3 to 5 minutes after every meal. Visual, a couple finishes dinner and walks slowly around the block under soft twilight. The screen shows glucose levels gradually dropping. Voiceover? 1 small walk. 3 minutes. Big benefits. You don't need 10,000 steps, just a short stroll to shift your metabolism. Why it's powerful. Reduces blood sugar spikes, prevents glucose from accumulating dangerously in your bloodstream. Lowers insulin resistance, supports better blood sugar regulation and reduces diabetes risk. Enhances digestion, movement stimulates peristalsis, reducing bloating and discomfort. Elevates mood, light movement post-meal boosts serotonin and reduces post-meal lethargy. A 2022 study published in Diabetologia showed that walking for just 2 to 5 minutes after a meal reduced postprandial glucose levels by 17 to 20%, particularly effective in older adults with insulin resistance. How to make it work. Walk up and down the hallway. Do a few laps around the backyard or kitchen island. Walk to the mailbox and back. It doesn't have to be a workout, it just has to be consistent. Chapter 7, Gratitude Check-in Before Bed, Neuroplasticity Boost. Visual, dimly lit bedroom. Someone sitting on the edge of their bed, writing "Today I'm grateful for" in a journal. Voiceover? At the end of each day, what you choose to focus on literally rewires your brain. Practicing gratitude doesn't just make you feel better, it makes your brain work better. Why gratitude matters after 50? After 50, the brain becomes more susceptible to stress and rumination due to hormonal shifts and life transitions. Practicing gratitude helps balance this by strengthening neural circuits tied to positive emotion and emotional resilience. Electric light bulb research back benefits. Improve sleep latency and sleep quality by reducing intrusive thoughts at night. Lowers cortisol levels before bed, easing the body into deep sleep. Enhances neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to form new, healthy patterns. Daily gratitude practice has been shown to increase parasympathetic nervous system activity and reduce inflammatory cytokines like TNF-alpha and Illinois 6, UCLA Mindfulness Research Center. Micro-habit tip. Keep a small notebook by your bed. Each night, write down 1 to 3 things you're grateful for, even tiny wins like the sunset looked beautiful today. Alternatively, speak them aloud or mentally review them if journaling feels too much. Consistency matters more than depth. Flexed biceps Chapter 8, 1 to 2 minutes of isometric muscle engagement. Visual, split screen showing someone doing a wall sit while brushing teeth, and another person holding a plank during a TV commercial. Voiceover? Muscle is the engine of your longevity, and you don't need a gym membership to build it. All you need is your body and a minute. Why it matters after 50? Muscle mass naturally declines with age, a condition called sarcopenia, increasing the risk of falls, metabolic dysfunction, and loss of independence. Isometric training, static holds that engage your muscles without movement, improves strength, blood pressure, and insulin sensitivity. Research highlights. A 2021 study from the Journal of Gerontology found that higher muscle mass was inversely associated with all-cause mortality in older adults. Isometric exercise enhances vascular function and strengthens connective tissue, which supports joint longevity. Weightlifter ## easy micro habit ideas. Wall sit, slide down a wall until knees are at 90 degrees. Hold while brushing your teeth or during a phone call. Plank hold, just 30 to 60 seconds on the floor or against a couch edge. Grip strength squeeze, use a stress ball or hand gripper while watching TV. Chapter 9, feed your gut once daily, ferments and prebiotics. Visual, a breakfast plate with kefir and berries, a salad topped with sauerkraut, garlic cooking in olive oil. Voiceover? Your gut isn't just about digestion. It's your second brain and a powerful immune regulator. Why it matters after 50? Gut diversity decreases with age, weakening the immune system and increasing systemic inflammation. Microbiome health is linked to mood regulation, nutrient absorption, and even cognitive longevity. The science. A 2021 Stanford study found that daily fermented food intake increased microbial diversity and reduced 19 inflammatory markers. Prebiotic fibers, like those in onions, garlic, and bananas, feed beneficial gut bacteria, promoting a balanced microbiome. Salad micro-habit strategy. Fermented options, add a spoonful of sauerkraut, kimchi, or pickled beets to meals. Drink kefir or have a small portion of yogurt. Prebiotic boost, include chopped onions, raw garlic, or a slice of banana with breakfast or lunch. Electric light bulb pro tip, if you're new to fermented foods, start small to avoid bloating. Even 1 tablespoon daily is enough to make a difference. Sleeping Face Chapter 10, fixed bedtime window 90% of the time. Visual, wind down routine, person turning off phone, dimming lights, stretching before bed, journal on the nightstand. Voiceover? Your body doesn't just need sleep, it needs sleep at the same time. Consistency is key to unlocking restorative, anti-aging rest. Why consistent sleep matters after 50? Hormonal repair, memory consolidation, and cellular detoxification happen most effectively during stable circadian windows. As we age, our ability to recover from disrupted sleep patterns weakens. Backed by science. Studies show that adults over 50 with irregular bedtimes have increased risk of cardiovascular events, cognitive decline, and metabolic disorders. Deep sleep enhances lymphatic system function, your brain's overnight detox process. Alarm clock microhabit framework. Choose a realistic bedtime, e.g., 9:30 to 10 p.m., and stick to it 6 to 7 nights a week. Create a 30-minute wind-down routine, no screens, calming music, warm tea, or gentle stretching. Set a bedtime alarm, not just a morning alarm. Train your body to prioritize wind down. Repeat button. Chapter 11, How to build these into your life. Visual, older adult marking a habit tracker on the fridge with a smile, subtle uplifting music in the background. Voiceover? Big changes fail because they're too big. Tiny, well-placed habits succeed because they compound. Here's how to make micro-habits stick. Integration tools. Habit stacking, link new habits to existing ones. Example, after I brush my teeth, I'll do a 30-second wall sit. Environment design, make the good choice the easy choice. Keep mineralized water prepped on your nightstand or kitchen counter. Place your gratitude journal on your pillow. Reminders and triggers. Set calendar nudges or use sticky notes. Use smart speaker reminders if needed. Focus on identity, not just goals. Instead of saying, I want to walk more, say, I'm someone who walks after every meal. Celebrate tiny wins. Check off your habit each day. Acknowledge your progress, it reinforces the habit loop. B.J. Fogg, author of Tiny Habits, emphasizes, tiny behaviors, repeated often, become life-changing rituals. Bullseye. Chapter 12, Real results from real people. Visual, montage of diverse people, age 55 to 75, smiling, living vibrantly, with a voiceover narration. Voiceover? These aren't just theories. Real people are transforming their lives with these micro-habits. Speech balloon testimonials. Karen, 63, I started 2 minutes of deep breathing before bed. Within 6 weeks, my blood pressure dropped 15 points. Jorge, 58, I walk after every meal, even just around the house. My A1C dropped from 6.2 to 5.5 in 6 months. Linda, 67, morning sunlight changed my life. I hadn't slept through the night in 20 years, until now. Marcus, 72, gratitude journaling helped me cope with the loss of my wife and find peace again. Each story proves, you're never too old to change. You're never too late to start. Speech balloon. Chapter 13, Your daily longevity checklist. Visual, calm, focused background. Checklist appears with soft chimes and affirming sound cues. Voiceover? Here's your one-page daily longevity ritual. Print it. Screenshot it. Make it yours. Memo. Daily longevity micro-habit checklist. White heavy checkmark 1 to 3 minutes of morning sunlight. White heavy checkmark 1 glass of mineral-rich water before coffee. White heavy checkmark 2 minutes of deep breathing. White heavy checkmark add 1 extra vegetable to each meal. White heavy checkmark walk 3 to 5 minutes after every meal. White heavy checkmark 1 to 2 minutes of isometric exercise. White heavy checkmark gratitude check-in before bed. White heavy checkmark 1 fermented or prebiotic food daily. White heavy checkmark fixed bedtime window within 30 to 45 minutes nightly. White heavy checkmark celebrate small wins, consistency beats intensity. White heavy checkmark repeat tomorrow smiling face. Conclusion, add years, add life. Voiceover? You don't need a complete lifestyle overhaul to feel better and live longer. Just start small, with 1 micro-habit a day. Over time, these invisible efforts create visible results. Because thriving after 50 isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters. Like this video if one habit stood out. Comment which micro-habit you'll start today. Subscribe for weekly health wisdom from Thrive Sphere. Share this with someone you want to see thrive.